from Unique Network. We launched that earlier this year. It's called the Codecraft Grant Fund. The entire fund it's not a very big fund, it's $250,000, and we give it away in small chunks of 5 to 10K for development efforts around advanced NFT features. Right. So
that sounds amazing.
yeah, so it is really very focused, and it comes with other. There's an entire support system around that grant, so it's not just the $5,000 to $10,000 that you get.
So there's more.
There's more.
There'll
Yeah.
be more. Welcome to Polkadot Insider. I'm here today with Charu. She is the CMO of Unique Network.
Hi,
Thank you so much
everyone.
for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this, and welcome to Singapore.
Welcome to Polkadot Insider.
Thank you.
So we are at the PBA. So how is the PBA so far for you? How do you see all the projects going on?
It's been quite interesting, though I was away from Singapore for most of the duration, but this is my second experience at PBA. I attended not as a founder or a developer, but as an instructor, the PBA Hong Kong Academy, which was very interesting. It's always very good to see new development and founders coming into the ecosystem through PBA. So it's one of my favorite ecosystem initiatives.
So you mean you were mentioning the Polkadot ecosystem?
Yes, the
Yes.
Polkadot ecosystem. Yes.
So maybe a warm-up question for you. Three things that you like the most about Polkadot ecosystem.
The passion of every community member, how involved and engaged they are, and how passionate they are about the technology, governance, the community. That's number one. Then, of course, the how advanced the tech is, as if we compare it to other blockchain ecosystems. There is so much more innovation and use cases and applications here within the ecosystem, and of course, the way the technology progresses, the pace of the technology and innovation. So those are the three things.
Gotcha. So that's also a reason why Unique Network is also on Polkadot. So
Totally.
yeah. So can you walk us through Unique Network?
Sure. Unique Network is the NFT infrastructure parachain on Polkadot.
I see.
Very simply put, anything that you need for NFTs, any imaginable use case around NFTs is something that you can easily build using Unique Network SDKs tools. And Unique Network was from the very beginning designed for use cases beyond JPEGs and art. And that's what we've delivered in the last 3 years with features like nested NFTs, dynamic NFTs, composable, customizable NFTs. And while these may sound like big words, but these are very easily implementable by any Web2 developer even. So we are creating very advanced and very simple to use tools to create your NFT projects.
I see. So for that, maybe can you give us like a use case? Because I heard so many features that you just mentioned. So probably like you can put out like one best feature of yours, and then maybe apply a use case on it so that people can get to know it better.
Okay, that's a tough one because there's so many, and so many of my favorite ones
And
as well.
Maybe you can pick more than one.
Yeah, but I'll talk about something that's kind of just top of my mind because of the calls and conversations I've had this week, and this is an application building on Unique Network. It's called Music Moon.
Music Moon.
Music Moon. They are a project that won a hackathon last year during the Korea Blockchain Week. This hackathon was organized by Angel Hack. They are a music-based platform and are using Unique Network NFTs in very innovative ways. So, for example, they are using the feature of nested NFTs to create music albums.
Okay.
So each NFT or each song is an NFT, and then it sort of nests to create an album or a playlist. Like you have albums and playlists on Spotify.
Yep.
Imagine those as connected NFTs or nested NFTs. And then they are doing something even more interesting. They are creating NFTs songs using composable NFT tracks. So this is something that is sort of a very real world use case, but using advanced NFT technology at the same time, keeping it very simple for the end user. So, and it's all about music. And they also have an element of AI to be able to create and make music that's in development. So I'm quite excited for them. And they have recently won a grant from Unique Network within the CodeCraft program. I'll talk more about that later. But that is, I think, one of the top, most exciting projects for me.
I can totally understand when you that like why you point out that, because it's not that it's unusual, because normally NFT it's not only just art,
Yeah.
like simple paintings or anything, but more like music and more of like anything that you can think of as a creations,
Yeah.
right? So but it's cool that there's also like AI, well, future technology in
Yeah.
it. I, well, that's actually really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I also heard that you have cross-chain NFT. That's like your new technology, or no, new mechanism.
Oh, well, so there are a few different things there.
Okay.
Cross-chain NFTs is different, but XCM NFT is something that we did proof of concept a while back, actually. Back in December 2023, we did a proof of concept of transferring NFTs from between Quartz and Karura, which are the Kusama parachains for Akala and Unique Network. So we already did that POC a while back. And the reason we did that was Polkadot at the outset. The promise of Polkadot was interchain communication and blockchain of blockchains. And that's why all the parachains are connected to the relay chain. And the vision was to enable communication and transfers between parachains, while Parity has done a lot of amazing work around XCM and XCMP. There was still work to be done to enable NFT transfers between the chain. And so Unique Network, because we understand NFTs and we've done a lot of work around NFTs and advanced capabilities, and we have a very strong dev team as well. We took the leadership to create the XCM NFT proof of concept and then palette. So when our proof of concept was successful, we submitted a proposal to be able to build a XCM NFT palette or tools, a set of tools that the entire Polkadot ecosystem can use to be able to transfer NFTs very simply and from one parachain to the other. It's not the most straightforward thing because it involves various considerations. So to be able to transfer NFT from one parachain to the other, you have to look at what are the two different standards. And by nature, while Polkadot is one of the most advanced NFT ecosystems in terms of tech, the truth is that it's a bit fragmented, and all their parachains have different NFT palettes, or for example, Akala uses ORML, Oventus has their own NFT manager. Then there is A-Star, Moonbeam. Everyone has their own NFT, different ways of doing NFTs.
I mean, fair enough. That's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
a beauty of the ecosystem as well.
So, from that perspective, our aim is to develop and deliver a very advanced, simple, and yet very general set of XCM NFT tooling that will allow NFT transfers from one parachain to the other. And that is exactly what we are doing within the scope of the XCM NFT proposal. And that's a lot of work is being done around milestone 2, which is what we are currently working on. And so that's kind of an overall objective. Cross-chain NFTs is a parallel separate initiative that we launched during March at Sub-Zero Asia. This
Last year?
this year,
Last,
this year.
okay, this
Yeah,
year.
earlier in the year. It's a think tank because while the XCM NFT proposal is aimed or designed to create the tools, we still need to be able to create and deliver use cases. So, of different parachains working with cross-chain NFTs, right? So the aim and vision of cross-chain NFTs think tank, which we launched as a separate initiative, is to identify XCM NFT use cases working in collaboration with different parachains. And we are already working on two of those. One is with Akala. Akala would like to transfer their NFTs to Unique Network. And well, I mean, there are many other use cases where Unique Network NFTs could go to Akala to leverage the DeFi capabilities. And Unique Network NFTs could go on to other parachains. So we, through the cross-chain NFTs think tank, we want to be able to initiate these conversations and create cross-chain NFT use cases. So XCM NFT proposal is a separate track. Cross-chain NFT think tank is a separate track, and the proposal, interestingly, has some funding to be able to build these use cases. So Unique Network will help build these use cases as well.
Okay, I
So
see.
that's where we are.
You will also mention about the grants. So can you share with us about that as well?
Yes. So the grants for so within the context of the XAM NFT proposal, there is some funding available to build these use cases,
Okay.
right? So any development costs associated with building, for example, the Akala XAM NFT implementation will be on us. It's covered by the proposal. And so very happy to have those conversations with other parachains. Then the grant from Unique Network, we launched that earlier this year. It's called the Codecraft Grant Fund. The entire fund it's not a very big fund, it's $250,000. And we give it away in small chunks of 5 to 10K for development efforts around advanced NFT features, right? So
That sounds amazing.
yeah, so it is really very focused, and it comes with other. There's an entire support system around that grant, so it's not just the $5,000 to $10,000 that you get.
So there's more.
There's more,
There'll
yeah.
be more.
So one is support around building. Our development team will help you build your application and help you understand the advanced features that we have. And Music Moon, the project that I mentioned earlier, is one of the early recipients of this grant. In case you've come across the Dead Mind game,
The Dead
Mind game, 11,000, more than 11,000 accounts played that game and 300,000 NFTs minted. That was also a part of this grant program. So we help with guidance around using our tools to create advanced NFT features. At the same time, we help you launch that with the community and help you get some sort of a validation. We realize that validation and community from the community, actual usage of the tools that you include in your app are very important for new startups when they go to VCs and request for funding.
I see.
So we help you deliver the validation element within the grant. And then the third element is the sponsorship of transaction fee. So we also, in addition to the grant amount, we provide whatever unique tokens are required in the sponsorship palette for your end users. So your end users don't have to pay the transaction fee, and the experience for them is kind of seamless. So those are, and then there are other smaller
But
parts of the
basically,
grant.
there'll be like not rounds, but like there'll be like 4 stages of that. But there'll be like you will mention elevation, validation, right?
Yeah.
So is that from Unique Network, or you mean like getting validation from like everyone, like from the community?
From the community.
Okay,
From the
so-
community. It is like, for example, the scope of the grant for Music Moon, of course, includes the build side of it, the sponsorship palette, the tokens needed for sponsoring the transaction fee, but also helping them launch a campaign within the music community and within the Unique Network community, who are the listeners of music, so that it's kind of what they've built is validated, that yes, it works, and yes, the community enjoys it, so, and the musicians will use it.
Yeah.
So we that is almost a criteria for the grant, that we will help you achieve this validation, but you have to work towards it. So yes, it's a part of the whole process.
Well, you're gonna have to work for it.
Yes.
But then it's amazing how you actually you guys actually structure, and then and you also like that's a little bit, not a little bit, but like a whole lot of push for
Yes.
projects.
Yes.
That sounds amazing and welcoming as well, inspirational.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that one also like all the everything that you were saying, it's leaning towards not only end users but also like for creators as well on Unique
Totally.
Network. So for you guys, what are the like the most important factors? Do you consider like creators are more important, projects are more important, or you know the end user is more important? Because there be like you know you're gonna focus also for the connection on how you know transferring NFTs, that also for the users, right? User experience. But then also for creators, like you guys support creators as well. So which
Totally.
part is more important maybe, or maybe both of them, and how do
Yeah.
you guys evaluate that?
Yeah, totally. So, as I mentioned, the Code Craft Grant Program, that's one of our biggest initiatives and one of the most important ones for Unique Network. Through this, we are, yes, creators are important, but essentially developers who come up with creative ideas on using the NFTs. And so I talked about Music Moon, then there are various gaming projects. So we are essentially focused on developers who are thinking of using NFTs in different ways beyond just JPEGs, who have ideas around using nested NFTs, composable NFTs, customizable NFTs, and so on. So that's an important use case. And at the same time, the other biggest priority is ease of use. And we want to encourage developers, and that's something that we are doing internally as well, very easy to use tools. And one of the things we did during Indy 500 was we launched an initiative called Polkadot Insider Pass.
Okay.
And
You saw someone.
yes, it's
We're in the
PBA.
middle of
PBA,
a
and
recess.
they're friends, so it's always good to say hi. So Corner Dally Insider Pass is like a fan club for the racing driver Connor Daly, who, by the way, did exceptionally well during the race, Indy 500, and we were all there, fortunate to be there. So this pass is exclusive access to Connor Daly's experiences, giveaways, and events, where if you sign up for it, you'll be the first one to receive information from Connor on what he's doing next, what races he's participating, what events he's participating. And it's like his own fan club. And the best thing about it is you do not need any blockchain experience or wallets to be able to claim that NFT. In fact, if you go ahead and try that, and I would love if you can publish that along with this interview for people to try that, claiming that. Even the word NFT does not appear anywhere. It's just a fan club.
Which is very accessible for the
Totally,
users. Yeah,
totally.
User friendly. That's the word we're saying. Yeah.
And I received a message from one of our community members during the race weekend that, oh, my mom who's 70 claimed the NFT, and that was a highlight for
That's
us.
the ultimate goal, right?
Yes,
For
yes.
any person who's in Web3, like builders, They want
Totally.
that. But do
Yes.
you think that's actually important? Is it like the ultimate goal really for all the Web3 builders to actually make everything not Web3 in a way?
Yes. So I think these products, tools, and technologies have to be designed in a way that it's accessible and exciting for both non Web3 users and crypto native users. So in this case, it is very easily claimable. You can just sign up for the fan club and receive information news about the celebrity or the sports celebrity. And then you can also choose to educate yourself, take full ownership of the NFT into your crypto wallet if you would like to, and then do everything that a crypto native user can do. So it's designed for both types of users, and depending on your comfort level and education, our mission, of course, is to elevate the Web2 users and elevate their understanding of Web3 so that they can take full ownership of that asset and be able to engage more with Web3 and Polkadot ecosystem. But we are also aware that it's a step-by-step approach, so designed for everyone.
Understood. I mean, you need periods of time, to access every steps of the plan.
Yes.
So where are you guys at on the roadmap right now? Can you share with us?
Sure. So I think we are very much focused on, as I mentioned, these few things. From XCM NFT perspective, we are on milestone 2, delivering the palette, delivering the tools. Within that, the next milestone will be to enable these features for EVM, which means transfers between EVM NFTs as well.
Different ecosystem.
Yes, and then we move on to working on the metadata and metadata communication between NFTs. So that's kind of on the 4th milestone. We'll do some research under milestone 4. But overall, we are focused on working around the NFT collective. Our application for the Decentralized Futures Grant Program is still in play. And as I mentioned, that NFTs and the Polkadot ecosystem, while they're very advanced, they're also very fragmented. So one of the efforts we would like to undertake is to bring them all together under the NFT collective and drive a unified messaging, business development, product development around for the ecosystem. We hope that the
Would that
DF
be
brand.
only for NFT, or like you mean in a wider range of narratives?
It to begin with, it addresses everything that around NFTs that is being done by different parachains in the ecosystem. So it's NFT focused effort, and then of course the use cases could be many. It could be loyalty, customer experience, gaming, and so on. So that's the other thing at play. And then we continue to build and deliver very easy to use end user products. And the Polkadot Insider Pass is one of the first examples of that. Very easy to use. We want to add more features and capabilities to that. Another proposal that went through was the Sovereign Nature Initiative, dynamic NFTs, and hopefully you'll get to experience them at Decoded and rest of the Polkadot events in this year.
Would that be in September or
Yes,
July?
Token 2049
September.
in September, Polkadot Decoded, and then even Web3 Summit before that.
Okay.
So yeah, lots happening at Unique.
A lot's
just,
happening.
Yes.
A lot's
Totally.
gonna happen for you guys. I think I'm glad that to see like all the milestones are very clear, and you have all the goals to establish. And I think it's great to highlight that you're only gonna focus on NFT first, but not like to go all over the place and to try to unify something that it's not like condensed first, right?
Yeah.
So it's great.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
one last question for you. Just in your opinion, how do you see the NFT market right now? What are your thoughts on it in general, and how is it gonna be for the next 3 or 5 years?
Right. So NFTs are maturing and progressing beyond the speculative side of it. So far, we've mainly seen speculative NFTs rise and fall. But as I said, in the last 6 to 8 months, we've seen some really meaningful innovation around using the fundamental principles of NFTs. Example of Music Moon, the Dead Mind game, gaming engines, and so on. So I think it is progressing and maturing very well. I see a lot of use in the sports and fan engagement industry. And again, one of the use cases that we just established around the fan club was pretty interesting. We plan to develop that further. And personally, I believe that there is a lot more potential, not just focused around Unique Network, but in general, sports and fan engagement using NFTs is a great opportunity. Then around loyalty programs and customer experience, especially when it involves Gen Z, and because their buying behavior, the consumer behavior of Gen Z is very aligned to how the Web3 communities work. They love to interact in communities, they love to engage in communities. So I think NFTs enable a sense of community bonding, which kind of creates and enables buying behaviors that are important for all consumer goods and CPG brands. So that's where I see good use of NFTs if implemented well. And and gaming is definitely the other use case where it's a range. It's on a spectrum. AAA games can use NFTs. New simple games can use NFTs. So that's a big use case in itself. So those are the few areas that I'm excited about, and Unique Network is focused on.
We still have a lot of Gen Zs who want to
Totally.
access the NFT gay world. But
Yes.
yeah, it's been amazing talking to you today.
Likewise, Pia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you really soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.